Hello and welcome. Let's talk about the real reason why you don't have any energy. Today, I want to talk about your energy and self-care foundations, helping you realign with your body, your energy, and taking better care of yourself. Let's just do a little bit of deep breathing, like just get grounded. I want you to get grounded, feet on the floor, or if you're sitting on the couch, just feel what is underneath you. I want you to feel the earth or whatever you're sitting on, whatever you're standing on. I want you to feel how supported you are. And I just want you to take a couple deep breaths in and let it out. Deep breath in and out. Okay. So I want to know where your energy is today on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like no energy at all, 10 being like, oh my gosh, I have so much energy. I'm feeling so vibrant. My name is Misty, and I have been working with women since 2015, and I work with women on reclaiming their energy, stop hiding behind helping them lose weight, emotional eating, and helping them align to their purpose. I'm so excited about what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to talk about burnout, and it's not what you think it is. So there's two different kinds of burnout. There is physical burnout and there's emotional burnout or energetic burnout. So a lot of people think burnout is from working too much, and it can be from working too much and not having enough time to yourself. You're just go and you're not having enough downtime. That is a thing. But recently, I found myself in a place where I was working. If those of you don't know, I work in tax and accounting, tax prep, and I was working about 35 hours during tax season and taking care of 3 kids as a single mom and all of that. And I was only working about 35 hours a week. And at the end of the week, I was exhausted. I was so depleted, and I knew it wasn't because I was working too much. I kept my gym workouts, I was eating good, and so it just didn't make sense on why I was so exhausted. But I already knew. So this thing about being energetic burnout is when you're doing things that don't light you up, when you're doing things in a way that's not your natural ways of being. It's not normal for you. It's not natural for you. So there's ways of working in ways that actually fill your cup and you love what you're doing and you're feeling so lit up by what you're doing in the world. And then there's ways of working where you are working in a way that's like you're basically working against a stream. It's like you're working upstream instead of going with the flow and working downstream. If you are working in a way that is not like native to you, it's not natural for you, you only have the capacity so much, versus if you were working in a way that is natural for you, you have so much renewable energy that you can just keep going and go because it's something that's very natural for you and you love doing it. If you've ever struggled with burnout, I would love to know, and was it more of a physical burnout where you just wasn't taking enough time for yourself, or was it an energetic burnout where you just didn't enjoy what you were doing and how you were doing it? So we can have daily energy leaks. So years ago, I created a blog post about making daily deposits and different things and different activities in your life. It's either depositing energy, putting energy in your energy account, or it's taking things out of your energy account. So things that you like to do or is filling your cup, taking time for yourself, that's putting energy in your account, versus whenever you're doing things people pleasing, spending time with people who are draining your energy, or doing tasks that are draining your energy, that's depleting you. So I just want you to take inventory of like where your energy leaks are. And this could be emotional, like things that are just taxing on you, stressing you out. This could be physical, like your physical labor. It also could be just like mental. So I would love to know, where are your energy leaks? And you can think about what you did today, and did it fill you up? Did it bring you energy, or did it drain your energy? I would love to know in the comments where you are on that. What are your energy leaks? Like for me, I knew that my job was an energy leak for me because I was hyper in my masculine energy, where I was doing things that I wasn't normally doing. Like I've worked for the same guy for 3 years, but the company switched roles. He did a merger and I have a new boss. And so I was taking on tasks that I didn't normally do. And so that is where my energy leak was, where I no longer was in my feminine energy, where prior he was just like giving me a list of all the things I needed to do, and I was like doing it, and I was just in a flow, versus now I go into work and I have to manage certain things. I have to delegate, I have to manage client interactions, and it's just a different way of working. And I knew that is where my energy leak was. And it wasn't necessarily that I was working too much, it's just that I was doing the wrong kinds of things. I want to help you reframe self-care. I know self-care has been a buzzword in the past few years, and I love that we're talking about self-care, but I don't necessarily think we're talking about it or thinking about it in the right way. And a lot of people think self-care is just like bubble baths and spa days. And I love those, but you may not love those. And for you, that might not be self-care. And I love to look at your astrological blueprint for this and help you customize a self-care plan, because if you're in Aries, or you have any kind of Aries energy, especially in the planets that we really look at to create your self-care plan, Aries doesn't want to sit down. Actually, I'm going to tell Aries, you need to go. You need to go for a run. You need to take up a sport. You need to be competitive in something. You need to take a risk, take an adventure, because bath time and spa days is not going to be really fulfilling for an Aries. They're probably going to be drained by that. That's not their natural energy, right? And so we can customize your self-care plan based on your own astrological blueprint. We look at different places in the birth chart. We look at your sun, your moon, your Venus, your Mars. And a new thing that I'm working on is actually looking at your foundational houses and how you can show up as your best. I talked about this a little bit on my stories, but a few years ago, back in like 2021, I worked with an astrologer, and she broke down my natal birth chart in 3 levels. And when she first did this, I recognized my first level was everything I did or I was doing to create success in those early years back in 2016, 2017, when I was really just starting my business and I was really gaining a lot of momentum and working with clients. And I realized like that was my success blueprint, but that may not be your success blueprint. Yeah, we can look at the planets. We can also look at the houses on what you really need to feel your absolute best. And a lot of people think self-care as selfish. And as women especially, we feel bad because we are taking time for ourselves, because society has programmed us to feel like we have to always be giving. But that's not truly feminine energy. Feminine energy is being a receiver. And when you are able to fill your own cup and fill your cup first, I like to teach you how to put yourself at the top of your to-do list, because when you are feeling filled up, you have so much more to give over time and throughout the day, throughout the week, because you're already filled so up. You have the energy to give to, whether it be your spouse or your children, your job, different dynamics in your life, friendships, and your business. Like, I want to help you fill your own cup so that you do have the energy to just give and be in service and be in your purpose and whatever that looks like for you.